The reason I'm running is because I have already spent 14 years of my adult life serving the community in the way of voter registration and trying to make that as easy as possible for the public. I've also spent all of those years raising my family, raising my children, and volunteering whenever I have any spare time. So I just felt like it was time to move on to the next step. And as far as the issues, everybody just wants the basics. I mean, all of those things are important: roads, jobs, education. My main goal in this campaign is going to be in my campaigning, meeting the people and finding out what they want. Because I'm not going to lose sight of the fact that the term is representative, and that means representing the people and their will. So more important than what my will is to be that servant to this district, and that's what my plan is. My humble opinion, the people should be the ones to decide, do we need constitutional reform or not? So it's important to me to get that out there to them, whether I wanted it or not. You know, it's not about me, it's about the people being allowed to vote for what they want. And that's what it's all about anyway. You know, and I feel like too, a lot of these things I do have personal opinions on, but on the other side of it, if I'm the representative, then I'm expected to represent all of those people. And so I have to do what the majority of that district wants, not, you know, what I'm thinking is the best, you know, and to be open to hear other opinions other than my own, and you know, be convinced otherwise. If there's a better way of doing something, I want to hear about it, learn about it.
Askins, I think, as a House seat, you can think of the governor's race coming up, race for state treasurer, attorney general, Congress. I don't think there's any race more important than local House seats. We've had that experience down there right now in the legislature, working through a bill to benefit low-income families who are preyed upon by commercial tax preparers. Some of them are good, but a lot of them are bad. They charge a fortune. They don't have to have any training. There's no licensing. There's no test they have to take. If you, in Alabama, if you want to cut hair, you got to pass a test and get a license. If you want to prepare taxes for a family and charge them $300 for 30 minutes of work, there's no training, there's no test, there's no licensing. It's the Wild West. But we have right on our side. And I believe we have a just cause. And we got through a House committee yesterday after 3 tries, and we're moving on to the full House. And it literally came down to a couple new legislators who are not owned by lobbyists, who were there for the right reasons. And that's the way I know Jenny thinks of this. I mean, you all felt from her time up here at the microphone, she's almost too humble to even announce that she has an intention to run. As if somehow there may be other people that should do this, I'm not sure I'm ready, I'm too young. I can tell you factually, the finest legislators and leaders in any state in the country are those who question their own ability to move forward, are those who are humble, those who are real citizens and have a leading role without needing attention, without needing sort of self-centered action on them for most of their career. And something else, we know this factually, and I know in this group I'm preaching to the choir, every additional woman sent to a legislative body increases the effectiveness and efficiency of that body. There are powerful studies that suggest this. And I know we have some anomalies in this audience. I know we have some open-minded, rare males in this crowd. But statistically speaking, women are much more likely to change their mind based on new information. Which to me is just that's the definition of reasoning effectively. But men are much more stubbornly stuck on preconceived ideas, and it makes it much harder for a body only of men to navigate through new needs that a community may have, new problems that arise, new possible solutions. And you can statistically look at legislators across the country, and the higher the percentage of women serving in the body, the more time they spend on hold at issues that affect families, pocketbooks, and children, the less filibustering there is. You don't see women standing up to filibuster for days and days and days over a personal slight that occurred in a hallway 3 years ago. And you see that daily with men. And it's not just that she's a woman, but she's exactly the kind of woman in Alabama that we need down there. And I'll say it more powerfully than she'll say it because she's more humble than I am. She is incredibly talented and is a perfect fit for what that legislature needs.